and I wanted to just bring you this information here. So this is coming to you from WLWT, which is I guess Channel 5 NBC News. I'm not sure exactly where they're affiliated with. Um, so apparently, NFL player Damar Hamlin, he collapses on the field a few days ago during the game after tackling a player. So Damar Hamlin plays for the Buffalo Bills. Um, I'm not an NFL fan anymore these days. However, I used to like Buffalo Bills. They used to be one of my teams. I had a couple different teams. I grew up in LA County, so I used to like the Raiders, the Lakers, the Rams, um, Dodgers. Growing up back in the '80s, and so I was into sports back then. But I don't really follow it much. But I understand the game. I understand the things. I understand how hard the players get hit and things like this. I also understand in the last few years, there's been a lot of new changes going on in our lives. And we've been seeing a lot of individuals collapsing on stage, basically. A lot of performers, individuals just collapsing while performing. And so, when this happened, it made me really question, like, what is going on here? So um, started looking into it to research it. And right away, when I saw him get hit and the way he stood up and then just fell down, collapsed, and he did not get back up. 10 minutes later, they had to wheel him out with the ambulance. And knowing that occurred, knowing how young he is, how fit, how healthy and in shape this individual is, that it's quite devastating, especially like for of course his family to see this, his coach, and especially his teammates to be right there. Now, one thing that I'm not sure is, did all of the players, did they all, oh wait, hold on one second. Well, yeah, here, we'll continue with that one. So this is a video, it's an uncut video by capital B Wilson. So, and this individual, he basically just was sharing the uncut video of it here. I guess we can bring up the volume here. Football, 95% of the time, you're essentially a weak side linebacker in the run game as well. It's getting wide open to midfield and lowers the shoulder for 13. This is where Joe Burrow is so good. And now another Bills player is down. It said another Bills player is down. Maybe Hamlin. Jordan Poyer was able to go tonight. He was iffy. So apparently before this hit, there was another player who was just removed off the field from possibly a head injury, another Bengals player. So this was quite devastating. They just lost one player from a head injury, not as in like lost his life, but they lost him in the game. And so then, you go back through here, and this individual is showing how it unfolded on live TV, all the different commercial breaks that they had to take, and all the different emotions that the players were feeling here. So we're gonna get forward to this, but when I first saw this and I saw that hit, and he gets up, and then right away he collapses hard. He just completely fainted. At that point, you're thinking either when he got hit, right here, look, when he got hit, that player's helmet goes boom right into his chest, right into his, like hitting him right underneath his helmet there. See that? Boom. Hits him right there in his chest and in his helmet on the right side. Not on the left side, not where the heart is and things, but more on the right side there, which, you know, that made him collapse. And so when I saw this and I saw that he didn't get up right away, and 10 minutes later they're still resuscitating him, and then they removed him off the field. At that point, I realized this individual suffered from cardiac arrest. He had some sort of a heart attack. But at his age, with his health, his, you know, I mean, he's trained to do this. And of course, yeah, and anyone could get injured at any time. But, you know, it dawned on me that there's been other individuals who have collapsed on stage, performers, musicians, comedians, different athletes, just individuals who are performing in front of the world stage, you know, and then all of a sudden they just collapse out of nowhere. So, you know, it makes me think, okay, well, with everything that's been changing in the last few years, did something occur where all of these players mandated in order to get that experiment, in order to continue playing, or were they told if you didn't get it, you could no longer play, or they could no longer write you checks, you know, something like that. You know, in my side work, you know, I do work on the side, as far as, you know, being an actor, being a background actor, movies, working in film here in New Mexico. And as soon as all the lockdowns and everything hit, there were several different productions, not all the productions, but many of the productions basically said that you were mandated, you had to get it, or you couldn't be on set. You couldn't be hired. And so, you know, not anyone important, you know, I'm not anyone who, you know, I don't rely on those paychecks, you know. So, this is another one here. So this one I will play, but with the audio. It's a good 8 minutes long, and I want to also. There's only like one real main part that I really want to talk about, but apparently he was resuscitated twice, and his uncle said that he died. His heart stopped on that field there. So my video here is explaining how Damar Hamlin, he did die on the field at that game. They had to resuscitate him. They took him back where I think they resuscitated him again. I'm not sure if they did that before they took him off field into the hospital, or if they had to resuscitate him at the hospital. But we can get more information here. I'll let this one play out. That way you guys can hear the information. And then I'll let you guys go.
This point, what exactly caused all this, and B, what exactly is happening. What we do know for sure from that original statement is that he did have a cardiac arrest. This was a cardiac, heart-related event of some sort.
Yeah.
But what exactly it was and how it now is being treated, I think we're starting to get more and more details of.
And Dr. Reiner, do any of these details, whether it be the need for a second resuscitation or anything else, stand out to you as a cardiac surgeon?
Yeah, so first of all, our notice that he needed to be resuscitated a second time when he got to the.
Also, just before we continue, I just want to give a credit to CNN here on YouTube. This is a CNN channel, and so this is where I'm getting their information from. Hamlin's uncle describes moment finally saw him collapse onto the field. So here you go.
The hospital suggests that Mr. Hamlin's heart was what we would call electrically very irritable. Not only had he had the first cardiac arrest on the field, but he then, essentially relapsed and had a second cardiac arrest, suggesting again that he was really not electrically stable. The second piece of information, which we had certainly not heard before, is that Mr. Hamlin is in the prone position. That is used only when it is very difficult to oxygenate or move gases in and out through the lungs, potentially because using something called pulmonary edema. And this happens when the heart is simply not functioning, and as you said, and as Sanjay said, when fluid backs up in the lungs. But taken as a whole, what this suggests is that he's just incredibly, critically ill at this time. And he's fortunate to be in an institution that has the capacity to provide this level of quaternary care.
Sanjay, what are the possible implications of a situation like this when you think about, as he gets better, and we all, of course, hope that he is getting better. We don't know, he's in critical condition right now. He's in intensive care. Can you fully recover from this? I mean, I know it's hard because we don't know exactly what the this is, but from what you know and from the time that's passing and from the position he's in, can someone like that likely have a full recovery?
Well, I mean, he's a young person, that's certainly going to work in his favor. I think what we're missing is a couple of really critical pieces of information. We still don't know exactly what caused this. Was there an underlying problem that somehow was exacerbated by, when on his play on the field? We're not sure, at this point.
Oh, wait, what? Hold on.
Damar Hamlin's uncle telling CNN that he had to be resuscitated twice.
Sorry.
And this is the first time that we are hearing from.
I might have played that from the ending instead of, I think I paused it when I was watching it earlier, so we'll get back to it here where the uncle is actually being interviewed.
A member of his family about his condition. And it comes along with what we're hearing from a source with the Bills who says that the team is in wait and see mode. Those are their exact words. Now, that same source also adds that the Bills players and staff are still processing what they saw happen on the field, right, where they were playing the collapsing, going into cardiac arrest before having his heartbeat restored. And at this hour, Hamlin remains in the intensive care unit in critical condition. And I want to go now to Adrian Broadus because, Adrian, you are the one who's had the chance here to speak to his family, his uncle, and learning this crucial development about him having to be resuscitated twice. What did he tell you?
He said the family is heartbroken. I spoke with him right here at the corner of the hospital. I approached him in full transparency. When I walked by, I heard him speaking on the phone with someone, and he was describing how his heart dropped. And initially, I thought this person might have been a player. I noticed he had on a visitor tag, and then I asked him if he was a player, and he said, no, my nephew is inside. And here's more of that conversation.
He's still sedated right now. They just want him to have a better chance of recovering better. So they felt that if he's sedated, his body can heal a lot faster than if he was woke and possibly cause other complications. So they got him sedated right now. And I mean, it's just heartbreaking seeing him like that, right? I mean, just we were in Pittsburgh watching it on TV, and his little brother was there with us. And when he seen his brother drop like that, and when I tell you, I've never seen him cry or scream like that, like, we were trying to calm him down, like, yo, it's okay, he's gonna get back up, he'll be back in the game, he'll do the roof. Next thing you know, it's 10 minutes later, they're doing chest compressions. It's a half hour later, they still not playing yet. I'm like, yo, what's going on? What's wrong with my nephew? And then, like, when I say, like, now we were all in the room crying, man, we were all in tears, man. I'm not a crier, but, like, I never cried so hard in my life, man. Just to know, like my nephew basically died on the field and they brought him back to life. I mean, that's just heartbreaking. And to see all those grown men crying and all the emotion, man, it really was a gut punch, man. And I would have been crying no matter who it was, but for it to be my nephew, it had that much more impact on me, man. And I'm just glad he's just still alive and able to fight and trying to get better and recover.
You told me off camera your nephew died twice. Can you explain?
Well, his heart had went out, so They had to resuscitate him twice. They resuscitated him on the field before they brought him to the hospital, and then they resuscitated him a second time when he got to the hospital. So I just want to show my gratitude for the medical staff that were on hand, because if not for them, my nephew probably wouldn't even be here.
An abundance of gratitude for the medical staff here. He also described what he has seen inside of the hospital. He said his nephew is flipped over on his stomach, and he told me that is to help with the blood on his lungs. He also says the next step is for doctors to get his nephew to breathe on his own. And he says he was only outside because he needed to get some fresh air. He told me he has been in this hospital all day, overnight, with his family, including Damar's mother, who rode in the ambulance with her 24-year-old son yesterday. Back to you.
Adrian, thank you very much. Reporting there live from Cincinnati.
All right, you guys.
Really
So there you have it. His uncle getting interviewed there. Basically, he went outside, stepped outside to just get some air. He had been there for the whole day, overnight, waiting to get more results to find out what's going on. And what he says, what he's confirming is that Damar Hamlin did die on the field. They had to resuscitate him. They brought him to the hospital where they had to resuscitate him a second time. So Damar Hamlin actually died twice. And, this is a really hard thing for the family to go through, and for all of his fans, and all of his teammates and everyone, the coach, everyone involved here. I'm not even a football player, football fan. I don't watch football anymore. I'm not really athletic like I used to be. I got into skateboarding and snowboarding and those kinds of things. And, but I mean, even still, this impacts me. This impacts the whole world. I mean, this is going to impact NFL. They're talking about how they're not going to continue this game, that the Bills and Bengals game will just be canceled. Instead of being delayed or postponed, I believe they're just going to cancel it because they don't want the players to be forced to play now after they witnessed this individual dying on the field and being resuscitated. And so, yeah, I just want to send my love and my prayers out to all of those who are affected by this, and especially to his family. I don't know if he has any children, but to his mom, who had to ride with him in the ambulance, to his uncle here, to all his family who was watching live, to everyone. I just send you my love and my blessings, and I just pray that he will pull through this. But being that he's already died twice, and they have him face down right now, he's in critical condition. So he needs the prayers that he can get. All right, I'll leave you guys with that. Love and blessings. Have a beautiful day. Hare Krishna.